Hey, it's Haruka. Tonight I'm speaking to you from the top floor of the Shinagawa Prince Hotel, that place where the windows look like portals to a softer universe. Tokyo's lights are trembling below me, and I'm sitting here in a Cheongsam, that elegant, body-skimming Chinese dress whose slip feels more like a whisper than a line. It's a piece of silk that doesn't shout for attention, it simply expects to be noticed. And somehow, that expectation changes the air around me. Have you ever felt that, when what you wear alters the way the world behaves? I didn't choose it by accident. The Cheongsam isn't only beautiful, it's full of coded messages. Every seam says something about power, about tradition, about restraint and rebellion sitting side by side. Someone else is watching me right now, but I'd rather it be you. Join my membership, $14.90 on YouTube or $9.90 on OnlyFans. In that hotel room, I save the best looks for the ones who dare to keep me. The fabric moves when I breathe, and I swear it listens. It holds the memory of the person you were a second ago and reminds you that elegance can be both armour and invitation. Maybe that's why I wore it tonight. Because I've been thinking about the gaze, the one that travels across a room before it ever reaches your eyes. In every city, there's someone whose attention can tilt the atmosphere. The kind of person whose silence costs more than most people's words. What would it feel like to be seen by someone like that? To be chosen not for what you do, but for the way you make stillness look graceful? In China, wealth has become a myth wrapped in motion. A billionaire isn't just rich, he's proof of acceleration, of what happens when a country dreams without blinking. I remember Shanghai nights when the sky was the colour of champagne, when conversation rose from rooftop bars like steam. Men in faultless suits spoke in low tones, their laughter smooth as glass. You could almost taste the money in the air, metallic, intoxicating. Have you ever stood in a room like that, half fascinated, half repelled? Sometimes when I slip into this dress, I imagine what might happen if one of them looked back. Perhaps we'd meet in Hangzhou, beside the lake that mirrors the moon too perfectly to be trusted. Dinner for two, delicate dishes, quiet servers, the world arranged to please. He'd talk about markets, I'd talk about meaning, and somewhere between the two, a kind of honesty would appear. Not the honesty of confession, but of recognition. Two people aware they're performing, and enjoying the act anyway. I think about the life that might follow, a penthouse above clouds, morning light filtered through silk curtains, the scent of coffee blending with cedarwood, days that move slowly because money has already hurried enough. Yet beneath all that comfort, there's always a hum, a reminder that luxury doesn't silence desire, it amplifies it. What would it be like, I wonder, to live inside that echo every day? Still, I know myself. The fantasy isn't about being kept, it's about being understood. We often confuse the two, don't we? We think wealth buys understanding, when in truth it often hides it. But there's something magnetic about people who have conquered the world and are still searching for something as simple as tenderness. Maybe that's what draws me. The possibility that someone so complete on paper could still crave connection in its most human form. And the Cheongsam, it teaches me something about that. Its beauty lies in discipline. You can't rush in it, you have to move deliberately, like each step matters. It reminds me that confidence isn't loud, it's measured. Have you ever felt your own confidence rise from the quiet, not the noise? I sometimes wonder if elegance itself is a kind of language, one that speaks directly to curiosity. Not a look at me, but notice what looking does to you. That's the secret, isn't it? True allure doesn't beg, it invites reflection. And when I catch my reflection in the hotel window, the city spread behind me, I realise that's all any of us really want. To be mirrored in someone else's eyes and finally make sense.
You found me, but the best part's still hidden. Let me show you, only if you are sweet enough to join me. 9.9 galas, that's all. My heart, my eyes, my body just for you.
Somewhere out there, maybe someone is listening, someone who knows what it means to have everything, yet still ache for something unnamed. Maybe you. Are you there? Because sometimes I think desire is just another form of curiosity, wanting to see what happens if we let ourselves be seen completely. So tonight, as the silk cools against my skin and the city hums like an afterthought, I'm not chasing wealth or fame or certainty. I'm chasing that brief, electric moment when attention turns into understanding, when the gaze softens, when both sides finally see each other, not as roles, but as people. That, I think, is the quiet fantasy of being seen. And if you'd like to glimpse a little more the sides of me that live between stories, you can find them on YouTube, membership or OnlyFans. They're softer spaces where I can breathe, move, and share things that don't always fit into words. Come closer, let's keep exploring what it means to be looked at and to look back. Until next time. You watched all the way through? Oh, you're so sweet. But you haven't subscribed yet. That makes me a little sad. Will you do it now? For me? And maybe peek at my other videos too? I'll be waiting, okay? Don't keep me waiting too long.